I know when a low-strength opponent comes, your players start acting weird. I know when someone uses Smart Assist, it is irritating. But we can't choose our best opponents from random matches, can we? Then we need to improve our overall gameplay for better performance. And in today's video, I'll tell you 10 simple tips to improve your scoring chances whenever you shoot. It's a beginner's guide, but if you are a pro, you can still watch it. There could be something important for you too. Let's start with tip number 1, shooting angles. So I divided this into 3 parts. One is straight shooting angle, one is from a little sideways, and the last is the player's weaker side. Let's understand step by step. The best shooting angle is when you are shooting from straight, because you have the widest goalpost view from this angle, and shooting towards a blind spot is far easier in a straight angle. Also, it is next to impossible for the opponent's goalkeeper to directly stop a calculated shot from a straight angle. Now, when you are shooting from the sides, you need to keep 2 things in mind. First, in most cases, a straightforward shot from a side angle is easy to block. You have to avoid that by any means. What can you do? Well, a simple curler shot is better in such cases. And if you can curl towards the wider side of the goalpost, then it will give you more chances of scoring. And lastly, the player's weaker side. It means when the player has to shoot the ball with his weaker foot. As an example, if you shoot from the left angle with a player having a weak right foot, then it's going to be hard to score with that player. But your player can still score if he has 2 things. First, the player's weak foot accuracy should be high, and his weak foot usage should also be on the higher side. Then it will be beneficial for you to shoot with his weaker foot. And if you want to perform a curler, then the outside curler skill will help the player use his strong foot to curl outside and score using that. Now, if you got this, I'll suggest you always try to shoot from a wider angle and avoid narrow angles as much as possible. This will drastically change your goal scoring ratio. Let's move to tip number 2. Power should be used carefully. Be honest here. Most players try to shoot a stunning shot in maximum scenarios, and I don't disagree with one thing. Stunning shots feel better to score, and it really is harder to block. But you should lower your usage of stunning shots. Because of that, either you miss many times due to the stunning shot performing animation, or you miss more from angles due to the shooting type. Because stunning shots need time and space to perform. I'd rather you to use simple shots more than stunning shots, because it will make the shooting simpler and you will not waste a quick opportunity to score from a tight area. Use stunning shots when you have to shoot the ball from a decent distance, or when you really have clear space in front of your player, so that your muscle memory will memorize that only these moments are the right time to use the stunning shot and avoid it in other situations. Got it? So here is tip number 3. Use curler shots in vital areas. Curler shots are more accurate, more controlled, and there is less possibility of missing a scoring chance. I suggest every beginner to pro player use curlers in 70% of shooting cases, because it is simply good to dodge the goalkeeper and easy to perform with little power. And if your player has the blitz curler skill, then you can go for long-range curlers as well. Why curlers? As I described in the first point, when you are shooting from angles or you want to completely dodge the goalkeeper on the tighter side, you can use curlers. Just avoid shooting with a player's weaker foot if he has low weak foot accuracy. Let's move to tip number 4. Use 2 strikers. I personally love using 2 strikers and usually pair one goal poacher with one fox in the box or deep lying forward. Why this combo? Because 2 strikers are extremely good when it comes to the final third, if you select them tactically, including one fast striker and one strong striker. One can be shorter in height, and the other should be a bit taller to connect headers for scoring. The 2 strikers mainly create many opportunities to shoot the ball from different angles. If you play with 2 strikers, then casually link up one of them. It works great with some formations. Also, 2 strikers are very deadly when you play a long-range style match. You use more through balls, more long passes, and strike the opponent with 2 direct central players. But if you don't like using 2 strikers, here is tip number 5. Use roaming flanks. If anyone personally loves prolific wingers, I have no problem with that. But if you ask me, I will always suggest roaming flanks instead of prolific wingers in wing formations. Roaming flanks are more versatile, more visionary, and better when you need both crossing and cut-inside gameplay. Use roaming flanks and make sure your flanks have good acceleration, which is more important than raw speed. Sudden acceleration is a deadly combination on the wings. They create openings for your striker to attack better and create higher chances of scoring. Now here is tip number 6. Do not panic when finishing. There are mainly 2 times when you should stay calm. One is last line defending and the other is final finishing. I'll talk about defending in the future, but for now, know this. You need to stay calm and use the best possible type of shot to increase your scoring opportunity. If you panic in a crucial situation, most probably you may lose control of the ball, or you may shoot with too much power, and in the worst case, you may trigger a counterattack from your opponent. So stay calm. Remember, you are playing a game, and if you lose, you can play again. You can start a fresh match every time, so panicking will never give you a better outcome. You have way better gameplay skills if you don't panic. Whatever the situation is, and whatever the scoreboard shows, make sure you play the game, enjoy it, and do not panic at all. Let's move to tip number 8. Know how to control your players. You need to be familiar with your players. You have to know how a player moves, how he shoots, how he runs, how he performs skills, and so on. And the reason? It's very obvious. When you already have knowledge of your player's movement, his action positions, his body posture, you can control him very easily in tough situations. So play with the same players regularly and at least keep 2 forwards whom you practice with and know how they move in every situation. This will completely change your final third performance. And not only that, this tip is very useful when it comes to dribbling and ball control. So you must master control of some particular players, then you can experiment with new player cards as well. Now here is tip number 8. Keep super sub players. Super sub players are most impactful after the second half. They start fresh with full stamina after halftime and perform extremely well and unpredictably to give you better attacking opportunities. They are real game changers after halftime, so do not miss keeping 1 or 2 super sub attackers on your bench. You should either substitute them at halftime, or you can even do this after 60 minutes, depending on your player's stamina requirements. Keep in mind, you should avoid using a super sub from the beginning of any match. They perform best after substitutions, and you must not ignore this. I guess we are close to the end of today's video. Did you subscribe? If not, please go and hit the button. Okay, so here is tip number 9. Attack from different positions. Take more shots, attack more, simply shoot more, but properly. Don't spam long-range shots assuming unexpected goals, but make sure you play genuinely and keep your sportsman spirit high to not irritate fair opponent players. Only then go for multiple shots in a single match. The more you shoot, the more chances you get to score goals. Just don't expect every shot will go inside the goalpost. That's simply not possible. So change the attacking lanes. If you attack now from the left side, you should attack from the right area as well. Make the ball travel across the whole field. Only then will you see improvement in your passing along with final third performance. Keep in mind, your main job is not to let your opponent predict how you attack and what type of shooting you use. The more unpredictable your gameplay becomes, the higher your actual scoring opportunities will be. And in the last tip, I'll tell you to know how timing works. If your network works fine, your timing should stay on point. But if the network delays, then you have to take action a little before the ball reaches the end line. That means you need to shoot the ball a little earlier than the actual timing, so you can match the perfect time despite network delay. Also, avoid stunning shots in slow internet connections. Use curler shots because they work better and the command needs less time to execute. Proper timing matters throughout every match, and you need to master it very carefully. I'll make a proper video to share some tips about mastering timing as a beginner in the next video, so make sure you share this video and wait until I bring the second video of this beginner guide series.